Welcome back to the Battle for the State special. The next question we're asking on the show, is Bal Thackeray's legacy now split wide open? So the big story of this election, of course, is the Maharashtra Navnirman Sena, and Raj Thackeray, is he now the heir of Bal Thackeray? Over to you.
I think it is overstated case of Bal Thackeray. Look, in 1999, Bal Thackeray was active, he campaigned, and Uddhav Thackeray had just entered as executive president of the Shiv Sena. And even then they lost, despite the fact that NCP had split itself from the Congress, and NCP and Congress were fighting against each other. And despite this advantage to the BJP-Shiv Sena, in 1999 they did not win. And state went back to the NCP Congress.
Debut.
No, therefore the point is...
a party like the MNS getting 13 seats in the Vidhan
No,
Sabha,
I think the point is because Balasaheb Thackeray, Shiv Sena and MNS operate from Mumbai and get the attention of the national media, they are actually inflated in their image as well as in their so-called campaign or their agenda. Rest of Maharashtra is not bothered particularly of Shiv Sena on its fundamental issues that it thinks are fundamental issues, which is Marathi Manus. After all, Shiv Sena campaigned all its life only on Marathi Manus. There was nothing else. And suddenly MNS comes on the scene with the same campaign, with absolutely same campaign, no economic agenda, no social agenda, and yet it steals away.
But there's a constituency. There's clearly a constituency.
So where is that constituency? That constituency is not even the entire urban belt as it is presumed. It is primarily in Mumbai and Thane, and that is because the total collapse of the cities, these two cities particularly, where there are about 2 crore people, which is 1/5 of the state's population. So that kind of disgust with life, revulsion towards life in Mumbai and Thane gets somewhere expressed. And that
but that's interesting. That means that as we were saying, then the MNS could become the party of economic grievance.
No, the
MNS could become, rather than cultural grievance, if development takes place and all the sort of after effects of development happen, people are affected. The MNS could become the magnet of economic grievance.
It could become a magnet for the aggrieved, but it does not articulate economic grievances.
It articulates cultural grievances.
No, it does not articulate economic grievances of the entire population in that area also.
Right.
It articulates only the Marathi community's aspirations or frustrations. Remember, without affront to the Marathi people, Shiv Sena or MNS are reflections of inferiority complex and frustrations of the Marathi people in Mumbai-Thane belt, where they feel overwhelmed by the so-called migrants.
Okay, let me get a word in from a proud Marathi Manus, of course, of the female variety. Shobhaa Day is joining us from Mumbai. Shobhaa Day, we're talking here about Raj Thackeray and the MNS, and it's a stunning debut. Many would say that for a 3-year-old party, 13 seats in the Vidhan Sabha. What do you feel about Raj Thackeray's constituency? Do you believe that the Marathi Manus constituency is one that will grow in Mumbai? It will be a reflection of the disgust people feel with life.
I was listening to the debate earlier on, and I tend to agree a little with Kumar and disagree on one important issue, which is that when he talks about the Marathi Manus and the constituency that they're trying to carve out of it, Raj Thackeray, and how, Balasaheb, it was exactly the same platform, so what's new? What's new is that the generation that's coming into the Marathi Manus controversy is new. The people he is talking to, Raj specifically, the disgruntled, frustrated, urban, unemployed youth of Mumbai and Thane are people who were not even born at the time when Balasaheb's reign was over these areas. And for them this is new. The generation gap is such today, and the attention span of people is such that for them, history is something that happened maybe last morning or 2 years ago. I was being facetious, but they have no recollection, they have no memory of any of that, they have no knowledge of what Mumbai went through in the 60s.
It appeals
being a Marathi Manus myself.
Right.
But it appeals to a completely different, a new constituency. For them, that is certainly something that gives them a sense of hope, maybe false hope, and it is a party that's tapping into insecurity, tapping into frustration, and more than anything else, tapping into rage. And he has translated that rage, frustration, and despair into to his own advantage.
No, rage is a growing constituency. If you can tap into rage, and I've seen those rallies, the rallies, stories we did. phenomenal.